So you are maybe wondering, which MMO should I play right now? You do not need to wonder anymore, because we're going to answer this question right now.
Albion Online is a free-to-play sandbox MMORPG set in an open medieval fantasy world. The game features a player-driven economy where nearly every item is player-crafted. Combine armor pieces and weapons suited to your playstyle in a unique, classless You Are What You Wear system. Explore the world, take on other adventurers in thrilling battles, conquer territories, and build a home. Lost Ark is primarily focused on player versus environment and exploration, questing, achievement, collectible hunting, and crafting. It features PvP elements as well. Players start by customizing their character, by choosing their appearance and from one of the 6 archetype classes: warrior, martial artist, gunner, mage, followed by one of their advanced classes. Reaching level 50 unlocks access to endgame dungeons and raids, at which point most further progress is tied to the character's gear score. EVE Online is the largest single shared space MMO of all time. With over 7,000 solar systems and more than 21 years of rich player-created history, join this storied universe. It offers everything from immense PvP or PvE battles to mining, exploration, and industry. Seize your destiny as an immortal. A capsuleer capable of piloting over 350 fully customizable starships, from small, nimble frigates to formidable battleships and massive freighters. Embark on a solo adventure through the twisting nexus of wormhole space. Form a mighty industrial empire to transform building blocks of the universe, or take up arms with like-minded players to conquer vast frontiers together. The Lord of the Rings Online is a MMORPG set in Tolkien's Middle-earth, taking place during the time period of the Lord of the Rings. Players could create characters of 4 races and 7 classes and adventure throughout the region of Eriador. In November 2008, the Mines of Moria expansion was released, adding the region of Moria and 2 new playable classes. It was followed by the Siege of Mirkwood in December 2009. In 2010, the game underwent a shift from its original subscription-based payment model to being free-to-play. Throne and Liberty is a free-to-play MMORPG game, developed and published by NCSoft. The game was released with autoplay features at first, but the players didn't take that well, so they removed the autoplay and released it as we know it now. The lack of predetermined classes in Throne and Liberty aims to offer greater freedom to players, as they will be able to more easily adapt their character to meet the requirements of different roles or situations. And there won't be a need to create and level up multiple characters if you want to have one of each class. Right now, there are a total of 8 different weapon types available in Throne and Liberty: sword and shield, greatsword, daggers, longbow, crossbow, wand and tome, staff, and spear. Star Wars: The Old Republic is a MMORPG based in the Star Wars universe. Developed by BioWare, the game was announced on October 21, 2008. Players join as members of either of the 2 main factions, the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. Each faction contains different classes, each with a distinct backstory and a branching storyline affected by players' moral choices. Classes are exclusive to one faction or the other. However, the classes of one faction mirror the classes of the other. 8 classes exist: the Jedi Knight, Jedi Consular, Trooper, and Smuggler for the Galactic Republic, and the Sith Warrior, Sith Inquisitor, Bounty Hunter, and Imperial Agent for the Sith Empire. Although each class has a distinct storyline, they are integrated with the game's overall arc.
Black Desert Online is a sandbox-oriented fantasy MMORPG developed by Korean video game developer Pearl Abyss. The game is free to play in some parts of the world, but follows a buy-to-play business model in other editions, including the English language editions. The combat in Black Desert Online is action-based, requiring manual aiming and free movement similar to those found in third-person shooters. The game offers housing, fishing, farming, and trading, as well as large PvP siege events and castle battles. It is well regarded for its advanced and in-depth character customization. It has a variety of classes. Some of them are Fighter, Archer, Sorceress, Wild, Hunter, Moses, Valkyrie, Ninja, Wizard and Witch, and much more. Guild Wars 2 is a free-to-play MMORPG developed by ArenaNet and published by NCSoft. Set in the fantasy world of Tyria, the game takes place in a persistent world with a story that progresses in instanced environments. Guild Wars 2 allows a player to create a character from a combination of 5 races and 9 professions. The 5 races are the humans, the Char, the Azura, the Norn, and the Sylvari, a race exclusive to Guild Wars 2. The professions are divided into armor classes: scholars with light armor, adventurers with medium armor, and soldiers with heavy armor. New World is an MMORPG developed by Amazon Games and published by Amazon Games, released on September 28, 2021. While New World was initially planned as a free-to-play game, it currently employs the standard business model of a buy-to-play game. The players may form groups of up to 5 members, join one of 3 factions: Marauders, Syndicate, or Covenant, gather raw materials from resource nodes, craft items, gain control over settlements, quest, explore the world, or fight other players or monsters. The gameplay involves no auto-locked targeting attacks. With each level, the hostile mobs are programmed with increasingly complex and strong sequences of attacking behavior skill sets that will require the player to counter using their mana, stamina, and health with timed attacks, dodges, weapon blocks, retreats, or crawling stealth. The weapon skill tree choices are currently for bow, hammer, hatchet, great axe, fire staff, life staff, musket, blunderbuss, spear, sword and shield, ice gauntlet, void gauntlet, flail, and great sword. The Elder Scrolls Online is an MMORPG developed by ZeniMax Online Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. Like previous Elder Scrolls games, the Elder Scrolls Online can be played from either a first or third-person perspective. Gameplay is mostly non-linear, with a mixture of quests, random events, and free roaming exploration of the world. The player can choose between 10 different races for their character: humans, elves, and bestial races. Elder Scrolls Online have 7 classes: Dragon Knight, Nightblade, Necromancer, Sorcerer, Templar, Warden, and Arcanist. Final Fantasy XIV is a massive multiplayer role-playing game in which the player controlled a customized adventurer avatar from one of the 5 playable races. Each race had 2 tribes, and all but 2 allowed for the selection of male or female characters. The game's opening varied depending on which starting location was chosen. 2 different types of quests were available for players: story quests, which were unlocked as characters accumulated EXP and raised their level while unlocking new abilities, and leave quests, accessed through the adventurers' guilds. As the player completed leaves, they gained favor with 3 different factions and unlocked new abilities. The game offers a classless gameplay in which your class or job is determined by which weapon you use. Final Fantasy XIV offers a trail version for free up to level 70 with a little amount of restrictions, and if you want the full version, you will have to buy it and pay the monthly subscription. World of Warcraft is a massive multiplayer role-playing game developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment. World of Warcraft takes place within the world of Azeroth. The game was announced in 2001 and was released on 2004. As with other MMORPGs, players' control of their character within a game world in third or first-person view, exploring the landscape, fighting various monsters, completing quests, and fighting other players. Also similar to other MMORPGs, World of Warcraft requires the player to pay a monthly subscription. Players without a subscription may use a trial account that lets the player's character reach level 20, but has many features locked. And by the end of the video, I would love to know your opinions and what is your favorite MMO right now. And for more, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned, gamers.